Nice to see you. Um,
See you.
Before we get down to football matters, we had the news midweek about the Manchester City fan who was attacked in Belgium after the Champions League game. The positive news today is that he's stable. I appreciate it's difficult to comment on being an active police investigation, but do you have a sentiment or a message for his family?
Of course, on behalf of all the club organization, from our chairman Khaldoun, and for the last person, so for him, we are quite optimistic because the last hours is getting better, and of course he has all support through the club for what they need, investigation or all they need at our club, and of course we are a big hug for him and all his family, and we wish soon he come back to Etihad Stadium to follow us and home on games, away games. And of course, and hopefully it's not going to happen. The wish is not going to happen again. Still, it's difficult to understand why the people is going to enjoy a football game, and after that, afterwards or before that, sometimes it happened these kind of terrible things. So hopefully, Bruges, I'm pretty sure, are going to do the right investigation on that, and they can take the person or the persons or the people has been involved in this terrible accident.
And turning attention to football-related issues, but I suppose ultimately still to do with welfare. Steve Bruce left Newcastle earlier this week. I just wondered what you made of his comments after his departure, because he talked about the abuse he'd received and how it's taken such a toll on him and his family that he might turn his back on management for good.
I read the post, I think in Twitter or Instagram, for Maximilian, his player, about what the Steve Bruce is, and this is what for me Steve Bruce is: an exceptional gentleman, always take care of me so nicely when I came from Catalonia, for another country. I wish him all the best, and I would tell him don't pay much attention with the comments, because he knows that is bullshit. And sometimes the players, no, I would say the managers, we are treated worse than the worst. But it's sometimes a reflection of the society for today, the social media, and everyone is accepted to say a terrible thing. So Steve Bruce and all the managers want to try to do the best for the teams, for the club, for the fans, for everything, for the jobs, for themselves. And sometimes you win, sometimes lose, and nobody deserves to be treated like sometimes was treated. But he has not to be worried, because the people who knows him quite well, this is what's important: the family and friends, and I'm pretty sure all the people in Newcastle, the board, and especially the players, like they are every single day with him. They know exactly what a Steve is. So I wish him back soon, and I'm pretty sure when he's getting another opportunity, he will be back. But he has the football, the love for this game in the blood, and yeah, all the best, and hopefully I can see him soon.
Lindsay Hooper, PLP, please.
Hi, Pep. I wondered with the game against Brighton, whether you've looked at their discipline record, because they've had 22 yellow cards, more than anyone else. Is that something that you've mentioned to the players and are targeting their indiscipline?
No, I don't talk to players about that. I know the game we're going to face tomorrow. These are refereed for the reason, and I know exactly the game we're going to face tomorrow, and the players knows it as well.
Have you got a sense of revenge going into this one for last season?
Absolutely not.
That's not been mentioned at all, that result?
Absolutely not. Football, win and lose.
You failed to win any of the last 4 matches immediately after a Champions League fixture. Given that this one was on a Tuesday, do you think that's to your benefit, or is that something that you've taken note of, the form after a Champions League game?
I don't take note. Listen, if you want to involve in all the statistics of that this team has done in the last 4 years, we're going to lose. You are going to lose. So, in statistics, nobody can beat us. So I'm sorry. but I don't pay any single attention about before international break, or after international break, before the Champions League, or after Champions League. I see how is the team, how they train today, how they behave the last games. This is only I'm concerned to adapt, to adjust, not about the mentality, just about a little bit the strategy, about opponent, because the opponent we're going to face tomorrow is different than Bruges, and it's different than Chelsea, and it's different than Liverpool, and Liverpool is different than Brighton. So, and try to, of course, be there and try to do a good game.
Sam Stone, BBC.
Hiya, Pep. You spoke very eloquently about Steve Bruce just then. Is that the same attitude that you have to take when people are praising you? Because you get a lot of praise as well, and I would imagine it's easy to kind of run away with that in the same way that you could beat yourself up over negativity.
Listen, if you Steve Bruce in Newcastle, we get more results. Nothing what he heard or the people say about him is going to happen. The praise is because we win the managers, and we are incredible criticized more than the worst in the society. Sometimes we are worse than them, just for the we don't win games. It's simple as that. So we'll be treated the same. So I'm treated good because I win sometimes, and I treat bad because I lose sometimes. This is the only reason why.
Do you enjoy being a manager? It seems very stressful and hard.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I accept opinion and I don't pay one single attention. So neither even in the good moments, the compliments that not that we get, because there are many people involved. So only I was a football player. I know when I am now as a manager that all the success we have because we have done it, not I done it. I was part of all the process organization. So first for our chairman, like, you cannot imagine how support me and us unconditionally, and from our CEO, our incredible workers here, our sport director, of course the players, the main reason are there, but all the staff and backroom staff, all the time of success we had is because we have done it. The people say because the manager, we are in front of the media every 3 days, and that's why the people believe that we are the responsible of that. But the moment who start to understand the people, that the influence that we have in the team is much meaner than the reality it is, maybe the people is going to understand many things. But in the society today, we want to point one person, we want to point this person. It's difficult to understand. In a football is a collectively, and everyone is involved in that. Never ever I felt I win a game, I won a game. Never ever as a manager, never. I understood a little boy, this is a group, is a team, is I am good because my mates help me to be good. I'm good because my backroom staff help me to be good. And I try to do my best for them, and I try to make them better too. This is the only secret in our job. That's why the egoisms and we need egos. Yeah, of course, to be better. But the egoisms and the people who think just for himself, and that, I don't like to be with them.
Ian Abrahams, TalkSport.
Hi Pep, how are you?
Good.
I've just got a couple of questions. The first one, because of what Steve Bruce wrote this week, we've really looked hard at the way our managers are treated and the way that people speak to football managers. I'm not talking about journalists, I'm talking about fans as well. But is the abuse that managers get here, Pep, worse than in Spain or Germany?
No.
In what way?
No, he is nicer.
Really? So it's better to be a manager here than in Spain or Germany, right?
No, Germany, no, Spain is Latin is more. They are not for that. There are more radios. There are more televisions and more. But I would say maybe I'm wrong. It's not like this. In everywhere is quite similar, because when it's abuse, it's not about the media itself. You know, the media. It's like I said before. You know, the media is you win is okay, you don't win is bad, and everyone is treated in depends on the results. And we go to the maximum, what a genius he is, and when he lose, what a disaster and a failure and whatever. All the managers like this is not an exception. So if a Steve get more results in that, would not be treated in this way. That's for sure. But especially today with the social media, for the Twitter, for the Instagram, for everyone, you know that is I was saying in Spain because there are more programs, they are more involved. So I don't see journalists during the week. There are journalists every day in the training sessions or close there. It's a little bit more intense, I would say. It's the same, but it's a little bit more intense. That is a bit different with Spain, but the other countries. But the fact is the same, because everyone, when everyone come here quick, say on Twitter account and the other one, and sometimes for the lose games, the people underestimate you a lot. But if you don't accept it, don't be manager. If you are manager, you have to accept it, start from here, get out from here, and that's all.
One manager that you have been very praiseworthy of pretty much since he arrived in the Premier League is Graham Potter. You once described him as the best English manager there was in the Premier League. And we're now seeing that, really, aren't we, with Brighton? You're going to go there and you're taking on a man who at the moment is beginning to fulfill that potential you saw a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I enjoy watching Brighton. It's an exceptional team.
We'll go to Ian Parker, please, from PA before the embargo, and then we will take questions for 10:30 this evening.
Hi, Pep. Just following on from that, Brighton are, as it stands, in the top four. How different a challenge do they represent now to the one that they maybe presented when you played them last season?
But last season we were champion. We played to prepare the final Champions League. And now we are fighting to be champion. There's a big difference.
But Brighton themselves, have they changed their style of play, or have they just improved the way that they play?
I think are the same.
Okay. And just finally for me, can I ask if there's any team news updates from the midweek game?
No, the team is in really good condition.
Great. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Okay, we'll set the embargo for 10:30 this evening. If we can start with Jack at the Mail, please.